How you doing? All right, guys. It's officially Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's webinar day. And, it's, I'm going to be straight up. Feeling a rant coming on today. Feeling a rant. And I just got to keep it real. I got to keep it real with you guys today. So sorry, not sorry. I might hurt some feelings. Some of you guys might be butthurt. But it is what it is because, one of the things you guys got to realize is I'm always going to be straight up with you guys. I'm always going to be straight up. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Okay, so first things first, let's get some notifications going out there. Live now. Join us. Okay, that's that. Facebook tag sent out. You guys should see that in your Facebook notifications, hopefully. And push notification headed out right about now. You guys should have that push notifications on your cellular devices. AKA your phones, your Androids, your iOS, whatever it is. There it is right there. Boom. Push. Comment push once you guys see that. Now, if you guys are okay with me speaking some truth, comment rant down below. And you know what? Sometimes every now and then, you just got to keep it real, guys. You got to keep it real. And that's what I want to do with you guys today. I want to keep it real. I want to shoot from the hip. I'm going to tell you some truth. I'm going to not sugarcoat anything. But, I say this stuff to help you guys out. All right? I say this stuff to help you guys out. And it also, believe it or not, it helps me too. Because we also, most importantly, we have to be real with ourselves. We gotta be real with ourselves. Easy, kid. I ain't going easy today, Bill. I am not going easy today. What am I doing? I am enjoying a beautiful sunny day, 68 degrees, sunny today. Sunny all this week. Bill, you left at the wrong time. I'm just saying. We're gonna talk some truth, okay? So here's the thing, just kind of looking at the business overall, looking at where we're at as a team, looking at some numbers, looking at some data, and, I see patterns, and there's patterns in this industry, guys, and one of the patterns that I am seeing right now is some of you guys are going for it, and some of you guys are not going for it, and we're going to start with this. This is going to be in the middle, and then this is going to be at the end. So first thing I want you to do is I want you to comment this below, because this right here is the truth. No matter what, no matter who, no matter where, no matter when, this right here is the truth. The solution is, and always will be, find more people. Put that in the comments right now. It might take a second to type out, but it's okay. The solution is, and always will be, find more people. That's it. Now, why do I say that? Because I think sometimes more than others, and I've seen these patterns over the last several years, is sometimes we get comfortable. Sometimes we get a little comfy. We get a little complacent. We get a little, in our little cocoon, and everything's just humming along, and things are, going a certain way. And then things start to not go that way. And then we're like thinking that something's wrong, or thinking that something's off, or thinking that, why isn't this working when it was working before? And guess what? The solution is, and always will be, go find more people. Because at the end of the day, if there's people here on the team that were working and now they're not, is that your responsibility? Is that your fault? No, the solution is and always will be go find more people, right? So as I've been, kind of thinking about this and thinking about like, who's producing, who's not, that sort of thing. Like I can tell who's in it to win it, and I can tell who's not. Okay, and I'm just shooting it straight from the hip, guys. I'm shooting straight from the hip here. Okay, like some of you guys will reach out to me and say, hey, like my sales are down or something's off or something's not converting or whatever it is. And then I go look at your social profile. Here's a big indicator. And I go look at your social profile and you're doing like one video every other day. And you're going to come to me and say that sales are down and you're doing one video every other day. Well, the data is right there. Why would you state that sales are down when you're not producing? Just throwing that out there. Again, truth bomb here, guys, not sugarcoating anything, keeping it real. Now I'm going to give you guys some data. And this is not a brag. This is not a flex at all. The reason why I share this stuff with you guys is I want you to see, understand, know the data. Okay, the data is always important to have. For me personally, I do a minimum of 3 short form videos. Okay, 3 short form videos on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook every single day. Minimum of 3. That's short form videos. Also on Facebook, I'll mix in some posts, some meme posts or whatever. I'll mix some of that in. And I do a YouTube video every single day. So we're talking about consistency, right? So 3 short form videos a day on the major platforms, an occasional post. And then also on top of that, and you're going to understand why I'm giving you guys this data. Okay. I want you to understand why I'm going to give you guys this data. On top of that, 3 short form videos a day, posts every single day, right? I also do 1 YouTube video a day. 1 YouTube video a day. I've been doing those things consistently every single day for God knows how long. Longer than I can think. I've been doing that. Okay. And then I look at sales. Okay. And I look at sales. I look at numbers. I look at data, right? I had 2 sales come in late last night. And then I had 2 sales overnight while I slept. So that's 4 sales in less than 24 hours. Data. Let's look at numbers. Let's look at data, right? Data says that 3 videos a day across all the platforms, right? 3 videos a day, Facebook posts and a YouTube video. And it generated me 2 sales last night and then 2 sales overnight while I was sleeping. So that's 4 sales in less than 24 hours. Now again, not a brag, not a flex. I'm just giving you guys the data. I'm giving you guys the numbers. And here's a truth bomb, guys. And I don't say this I'm not saying this to be insensitive. I'm not saying this to hurt feelings. I'm saying this because this is data. And then I look at the sales this week, and then some people that were producing last week are not producing this week. Again, just keeping it real. Told you guys, there's a rant, shooting from the hip, right? I look at who was producing last week, and then I see that, those similar people who were producing last week are not producing this week. And then I go and look at your social profiles, and it's like the consistency just fell off. So we have to ask ourselves, like, are you putting in the work? Are you being as consistent as you can? Are you showing up to your business every single day? Or are you kind of showing up? Are you sort of showing up? Are you half-assing it? And you have to ask yourself that. Are you getting distracted? Is life getting in the way? Are you overthinking things? What is it that is preventing you from being consistent? Straight up. Again, guys, not holding back here, not sugarcoating, just telling you guys straight up, right? We can always do better, right, Bert? We can always do better. I can do better. But you have to ask yourself, like, what is the alternative, right? What is the alternative? The alternative is you can go start over somewhere else, right? You can go start over. You can start from scratch. You can be like everybody else. You can be like all the shiny object chasers out there. You can be like all the, as Bill would say, the Jerry Springers, right? You could be like all the shiny object chasers that bounce from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and you're always starting over, hoping to strike it rich. Is that what you want to do? Do you want to start over? Do you want to have lottery ticket mentality? Do you want to hope to strike it rich? Or realize that everything we're talking about, all comes down to mindset and attitude. Period. End of story. If you go start over, if you started somewhere else, if you went to go do something else, you won't have the app. You won't have the funnel team. You won't have all the training. You won't have all the funnels. You probably won't have someone doing the email follow-up for you. You won't have all those things. So is starting over, is starting from scratch really the solution? Or is the solution maybe to work on this? Is the solution to maybe work on this right here, work on your mindset and your attitude? Because you have the opportunity to fix, increase, get better at what it is that you're doing. We're going to give you all the tools that you need. We're going to give you all the education. We're going to give you literally everything you need. It just comes down to you going to do it. I hope that makes sense. So as we're sitting here talking, as we're keeping it real, guys, like, we're going to circle back to what I said in the beginning. The solution is and always will be, go find more people. So if your sales aren't where you want them to be, go find more people. If your team, in other words, the people that you're bringing in, and I'll give you guys an example. And again, just keep it real. Some of you guys that are out there have gotten, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 sales. And not one of those people has turned around and produced another sale. Why is that? Is that because something you're doing or the type of people that you're bringing in? Again, something that can be fixed, something that can be better. And the solution is, well, you guys know what the solution is. The solution is go find more people. Go find the right people. You hear Bill talk about this all the time. He calls it captain hunting, right? Here's the thing I want you guys to think. Just a concept I want to give you guys really quick. It's just a mindset shift. That's all it is. It's literally just a mindset shift. And comment this down below. Recruit up. Recruit up. Okay, recruit up. And I'm going to give you guys like a visual so you guys can understand what I'm talking about here. Comment recruit up. And I get it. I know, like, when it comes to recruiting, you think of that word, you think of old school MLM, you think about being spammy Kathy and all that other crap. Let's just all get over ourselves for a second here. Like, seriously, let's just all just level set and get over ourselves here for a second. You reaching out to one person could literally change your business. Like, let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in for a second. So the visual of what I'm talking about here when I say something like recruit up, right? What we do and what some of you guys are doing, some of you guys, we do it a little bit differently, but at the end of the day, we all kind of do it the same, right? What we do with our content is imagine we're on a fishing boat. We're on a big, huge fishing boat out in the middle of the ocean. What we do is we take a big, huge fishing net. Like we're talking these things are like, like 100 yards wide. We take these giant, huge fishing nets and we throw it off the back of the boat. And then we try to scoop up whatever we can. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? That's what we're doing. That's kind of like when you're out there creating that short form content, you're throwing a really wide net, you're casting a really wide net, and you guys are hoping, praying, wishing that you guys can scoop up one person that's going to join you and make you a commission. Now, where you can get better, where you can create a smaller net, a more precise net. So maybe you're trying to land a very specific type of fish. You're trying to land a very specific size fish. Where you can get better is by creating better content. That's one. Creating more specific, niched down content. That's two. Getting people from, your short form video over to a long form video. When you get people on a long form video, specifically one of your long form videos, maybe over on YouTube, you start to narrow down, that net gets tighter and smaller, and the people inside there, the fish that are inside of there, start to become more specific, more drilled down or niched down, as they say. That is how you start to find better people, by bringing them over to your brand, your world, right? And you start to get those type of people, because now you have people that are watching you, seeing you, understanding you more. Someone joins you just as an example, somebody joins you off of one of your TikTok videos, right? It could be anybody. It literally could be anybody, and you don't know what that person's going to do. They may take off. They may do something. They may not. When you get people over to your content, which is precise, drilled down, you're speaking in your long form content. This is why we talk about YouTube so much. In your long form content, you are now speaking to a more specific person. So the type, the quality, the caliber of person that is going to join you might be a little more experienced, might be more of an action taker. Okay? So again, everything that we're talking about here, guys, you have the opportunity to drill down, get better, get more consistent, get more specific, get more direct with your content, and bring in better people. Does that make sense, guys? Is what I'm talking about making sense? I hope it is. Now, let me give you guys a real life example. Okay? One of the things that Bill specializes at is he reaches out to really high caliber people. Okay? Bill reaches out to, Bill recruits up. He goes for those big leaders, those big captains, those people that are already in the industry, that already know how to build a team, that already, have experience in the industry. Okay? And what most people don't see on the flip side of it, okay? What most people don't see is folks like me or Bill, we get shot down all the time. People tell us no all the time. All the time. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid of having someone tell you no. Who gives a shit? Keeping it real, guys. I told you. Who cares? Who cares, right? The flip side of that is when one of those leaders says yes, and we've shared the story here before. Bill brought in a real big leader. The guy brought in 1,000 people in 30 days. He got all those no's. A whole bunch of people said no. And one dude said yes. And the one dude that said yes brought in 1,000 people in 30 days. I just talked to you guys a minute ago. You guys commented it yourself. I said recruit up. That's what recruiting up can do for you. Okay? Recruit up. That's why we talk about that. Don't be afraid to, if you see another person on social, whether they're on TikTok, whether they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, it doesn't matter. If you see someone that's out there and they're killing it, hit them up. Hit them up. Strike up a conversation. Hit them up. And yeah, it's okay to reach out. Okay? And if you're thinking to yourself, I'm going to be spammy, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, I don't want to be that person, like, sometimes we just need to get over ourselves, right? Because if you're worried that you're going to reach out to someone and they're going to tell you no, if you don't ask, guess what? What happens if you don't ask? Put this in the comments right now. What happens if you don't ask? Drop it in there. What happens if you don't ask? If you see another leader out there killing it, you see someone that's getting great results, you see someone that might have a lot of potential, someone that you've been maybe wanting to talk to for a long time, and you don't ask, what happens? What happens? What happens to you, your business, your sales, your commissions, your team, everything? What happens if you say nothing? Yeah. Beth Hayes, great Wayne Gretzky line in there. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Straight up. If you don't ask, if you don't reach out, the answer is always no. It's always a no. It's always a no. So the point here, guys, is you never know. Okay? So if you want results in your business, consistency, right? What we're talking about here, okay? Are you, and you have to ask yourself this, I mean, you can put it in the comments if you want, but are you being as consistent as you want? Let's just call it that. Are you being as consistent as you want? And I'll be the first one right now. I'm going to put, no, I can do more. I'm going to put that in the comments for you guys right now, okay? Me. I can do more. As a matter of fact, I'll give you guys a perfect example. One of the things that I committed to this week for me to give my business a boost, to go find more people for me, for my team, is I'm committing to going live every single day at noon. And I was going to go live on 2 platforms yesterday. And I didn't go live on TikTok. I literally forgot to go live on TikTok. And I was like, man, I got to do that today. I can do more today. I can do more, right? So that's where I'm going to focus. I'm going to focus on doing more. I'm going to focus on, again, for me, for my personal sales, which is team sales, I'm going to focus on finding more people. Finding more people, right? So remember, guys, consistency is going to win always. Always, always, always consistency is going to win. Okay? But don't be that person that reaches out and says, hey, sales are down. I think sales are down, and then I look at your social profile and you're not posting consistently. It's like, don't make it obvious. Don't make it obvious why sales are down. If sales are down, hopefully you're doing everything you can. And then if you are doing everything you can and sales aren't where you want them to be, now you know the consistency's there. Now you can improve the quality. Now you can focus on the quality. You got the consistency down. You got the routine down. And that's what this business all comes down to. You show up to it just like a job. You show up and you put in the work each and every day, just like you do your job. You clock in, you clock out. Same thing with your business. You show up each and every day. You clock in, you do the work, you stay consistent. Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask this. And this is just another way to think of it. Okay? If your business was a job, right? And you were the boss. This is a great way to look at this. Okay? This is a great way to look at this. Let's say your business is a job, and the job requirements, all right, is to post minimum 3 times a day on all the major platforms, right? Short form videos. We're going over job requirements right now. So everyone comment job requirements, right? I'm going to give you guys a way to look at your business. The job requirements are for you to post 3 times a day. TikTok, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, right? And that one piece of content shared 4 times, right? So you're really only creating 3 short form videos. That could take you, 30 minutes? You can do that in 30 minutes, right? So to post 3 times a day across all 4 platforms, I mean, really about 30 minutes of work once you guys get into the routine. That's one of the job requirements. And the other part of the job requirement is to post a full-length video on YouTube. And let's say 1 to 2 times a week. Let's be consistent with that, 1 to 2 times a week. Those are the job requirements. Now let's say you're the boss. You're the manager of that job, and you have you working for you. Just picture this. You have you working for you. You're the boss. And now you look at your performance, and are you meeting the job requirements? Are you doing the job requirements? And if you were the boss, would you fire you, or would you praise you? Or would you maybe need to give them a little conversation? Maybe need to say, hey man, you gotta do your job. You're not doing your job right now. You gotta do your job. What would you, as the boss, put this in the comments. This ought to be really interesting. What would you, as your own boss, say to you if you saw what the job requirements were and whether you were doing them or not? What would you say to you? So I want you guys to visualize that for a second. I want you guys to think about that. Like, knowing what you should be doing every single day. Are you doing it? And if this was a job, would you be able to keep your job? Now, you could take everything I shared with you. I just gave you guys examples. 3 times a day, all the platforms, YouTube video a day, YouTube video a week, whatever it is. You guys can create your own job requirements. You guys can create your own standards, set those wherever you want. But if you were your own boss and you saw what you were doing, Josh said, I'd have to let myself go. I mean, think about it, guys. And Josh, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I've seen you go in waves, dude, where you're getting, sales each week, and then some weeks you're not. So is that you being consistent or not so consistent? Or, again, we're just 2 dudes talking, we're hanging out, we're keeping it real. But, like if you guys are saying like, I'd have to give myself a verbal warning, or, definitely make some changes, or maybe, ready for this? Maybe hire more people, right? Maybe hire more people into your job, circle it back to the solution is, and always will be, find more people. Your business isn't growing enough, find more people. You're not making enough sales, find more people. You want bigger paychecks, find more people. You want to make 5 figures a month, find more people. You want to retire from this income, find more people. The solution is and always will be, go find more people. End of story. Yeah, life gets in the way. I get it. I mean, I get that 1,000%. Trust me. I think everybody gets that. We all have our stuff. But it comes down to, being as consistent as you can with what you guys have to work with. Okay? That's it. That's literally what it comes down to. It comes down to being as consistent as you can with, what we have to work with, what you have to work with. And that's really all it is, guys. That's literally really all it is. So only you can set that tone. And remember what the alternative is. The alternative is you can not do this. You can just go back to your job and, wish and hope and, pray that everything gets better, or you can work on you. You can increase your mindset. You can increase your attitude. You can increase, your skill sets. You can get better at what you do. You can get better at who you are personally, who you are as a provider for your family, who you are as a businessman, as a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur, you can get better. You have the opportunity. You have the skill set. You have everything you need to go do those things and go make those things happen. You know, that's it. Simple as that. So, 1 second, guys. All right. So I hope this stuff makes sense. Okay. I hope this stuff makes sense. And I want to keep it a little real with you guys today. And, you know, just the reason why I share this stuff with you is I'm just sharing with you guys real experiences. I'm sharing with you guys what I see out there. You know, when you guys come to me and say that, either sales are down or, I have concerns or whatever it is. I just want to make sure you guys I just want to give you guys the data. I want to give you guys real life. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I don't want to bullshit anything. I'm just going to tell you guys straight up. And here's the real part, guys, too. And this is incredibly important. The things that need to be worked on, the things that need to be figured out are always really simple. The solution is simple. Put that in the comments right now. The solution is simple. Like finding success in a home-based business, and it doesn't matter what it is. It could be the funnel team. It could be my econ. It could be any business out there. The solution is always simple. And it all starts with this right here. It all starts with your mindset and your attitude. And if this is off, right here, if this is off, everything else is going to be off. Everything else is going to be off. If your mindset and your attitude's off, your mindset and your attitude's not right, everything else is going to suffer. Everything. Your sales, your content, the quality of your content, the consistency of your content, the consistency of your sales or lack thereof, everything will suffer from there on out. But the solution is simple. The solution is you have the ability to get better, to be better, to do more, to have more. Solution's always simple, guys. Always work on you. Always work on your mindset, your skill sets, your attitude, your consistency. Keep working on those things. Don't ever stop working on those things. Ever. Like, even to this day, just some real life, real talk here. I've been doing this full time for 7 years. Making money from home, building teams, leading teams, all that sort of stuff. I've been doing this full time for 7 years. We're allowed to have bad moments. We're allowed to have, there's always going to be peaks and valleys in your business. Always. There's always going to be peaks and valleys. And the simple part and the solution here is, will you, when you're in that valley, will you do what needs to be done to get to the next peak? Will you climb? Will you climb, or will you look up and say, nah, it's too difficult? And you give up on yourself. You give up on yourself, you give up on your future, you give up on your family, you give up on your bank account, you give up on all those things because you look up and you're like, nah, it's too difficult. And what does that circle back to? Mindset and attitude. That's it. Simple, guys. Simple solution. Always work on you. Please always work on you. And if you do, you can make it through those valleys and you can get to the next peak. And then here's the best part. And this is data. This is facts. This is real life. What I've learned over the years, what I've experienced over the years is the longer you do this, the longer you stay in. And this is why this week, guys, we've been talking about big picture focus. We've been talking about longevity. We've been talking about being in it for the long haul, right? the longer you do this, those peaks and valleys, they're not so severe. Those valleys don't go down so far. When you're just starting out, when your mindset's not right, those valleys can be really deep, really deep. But the more you do this, and I know some of you guys have experienced this. Some of you guys have commented this here before, right? Some of you guys have experienced this over the years. Some of you guys that have been with us for a little while, okay? You know that if you keep working on this, your mindset and your attitude, over time, those valleys, they don't go down so far. You still have them. They're still there. The peaks and valleys never go away. But the point is, when it does dip down a little bit, you can pull yourself out pretty quick. You can pull yourself out pretty quick. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Comment makes sense. I hope I'm connecting with you guys today, because I just want to give you guys real. I want to give you guys truth, and I want you guys to understand the solution. I want you guys to understand that you can be better. I can be better. We can all be better. We can all be more consistent. We can all find that next person that is going to change your business, because the solution is, and always will be, go find more people. That's it. The solution is, and always will be, go find more people, and do not be afraid to recruit up. Don't be afraid to recruit up. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone. You see someone that impresses you. You see someone out there that is like, wow, think about how many times have we thought of this? Imagine if that person was on my team. Ooh, what would my results be? Imagine if they were on my team. Man, they're crushing sales. But if you don't ask, if you don't say anything, the answer is always no. And you get to live with that. You get to live with that fact. If you don't say anything, if you want to build your team, if you want to make more sales, if you want to create a full-time income, and you don't go do the thing, or you don't ask the question, answer's always no. You get to live with those decisions. Simple as that. And look at this. I don't know if I can show it to you in time. Wait, nope. I can't make this. I can't make this shit up. This is why we talk about consistency here, right? This is why we talk about consistency. I'm going to share my screen right now, okay? And I told you guys at the very beginning of this video what I'm doing each and every day. Minimum 3 pieces of content to all the major platforms and a YouTube video a day, okay? And here we go. Look at this right here, live. See the time? 10:40. 10:40. It is literally 10:41. 10:40, this sale just came in, okay? I had another sale at 6:44. Sale yesterday, another sale yesterday. Guys, the sales are out there. The sales are out there. I literally just made a sale live talking to you guys. The sales are out there. How am I getting these sales? How can you get these sales? Consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Each and every day. End of story. That's what? 5 sales. 5 sales in less than 24 hours. Not a single person I've spoken to. And again, guys, not a brag, not a flex. I'm just giving you guys the data. I want you guys to realize and understand what's possible, okay? You just got to go do it. You got to work on this every day. And even to this day, 7 years into this, 7 years being full-time into this, I still, every single day, without fail, where I invest into my mindset. I'm either listening to an audiobook, I'm watching a video, I'm reading every single day. The journey never stops. Never stops. And that's how you guys get to that point. You get to the full-time income. You get to, experience I can't tell you, it's hard to put into words. It's hard to put into words, but when you have a home-based business that's making you well into 5 figures a month, like there's no better feeling, guys. There's literally no better feeling. Knowing that you are providing for your family, knowing that you didn't give up, you didn't quit, you didn't throw in the towel, you kept pushing forward, you kept investing, you kept working on yourself. You kept going. Yes, even when times were tough, you found a way to keep going. Those 5-figure months will never happen if you get into that valley and you look up and you're like, it's too tough. I don't know how to do it. I'll just go back to my job. You'll never get there. You'll never get there. But you can if you want to. Decision's yours. Okay? There you go, guys. That's it. That is my 41-minute rant for today. Thank you for listening. Now, let's not forget. We got a webinar tonight. We're going to throw down tonight. We're going to close some sales for you tonight. Now, normally on a Tuesday, I would say, hey, everybody go do this thing. But those activities are there. They're here in the Facebook group. You guys can go grab any of the dozen posts that we've done about getting ready for a webinar on Tuesday. You guys can go grab those, grab that copy, go post it, go create those videos. You guys have the vault. You guys have everything you need. I don't need to sit here and tell you again and again and again. Sometimes I do, but you guys have all that. You have all that. Just got to go do it. So I'll see you guys on the webinar live tonight. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. And let's go crush it. Let's go find more people. What do you say? Let's go find more people. Let's go.